Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. But this stream specifically, it probably won't be really having to do with the Arizona Cardinals, but I guess kind of a little bit. But, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news coming in the world of the NFL. Geno Smith is no longer the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. We talked a little about this this morning. We talked a little bit about this morning with the thoughts of, the tweet coming out here from Diana Rossini about, a veteran quarterback could potentially get traded over to the Las Vegas Raiders. Do you remember that? Or at least anybody who was in that stream earlier this morning? We were talking about that specific tweet, right? Now, of course, I ended up kind of getting a little too crazy, and I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Is this Kyler Murray? No, it's not Kyler Murray. It's Geno Smith. Geno Smith is gone. He's no longer a part of the NFC West. Let me bring up the exact tweet here. Now, it's from everybody. Everybody's got their own tweet out right now. The screenshot that I specifically got here was from Ian Rappaport. But Adam Schefter, Jordan Schultz, Diana Rossini, everybody's got their own tweet out there right now having to do with what's currently going on in the world of the NFL. But the reason why we're going live is because freaking A, this is a big piece to the NFC West. Strike fast, strike hard, no mercy. No mercy. The NFC West is here for the taking. Well, here we go. Ian Rappaport's coming out saying that the Seahawks are trading Geno Smith to the Raiders, reuniting him with his coach, Pete Carroll, per the insiders. As Seattle's reset, it's a third-round pick going to Seattle and a new QB for the Las Vegas Raiders. Y'all, let me know how you're feeling in the chat, ladies. How you feeling? How you feeling in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Yay, nay, you don't care? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Let me know here in the chat below, because this is pretty big news. This is pretty big news coming in the world of the NFL, not just obviously for the NFC West and the implications of what's going on for the Cardinals, obviously, right? That's really what we're worried about, what we can do for the NFC West, but Seattle's going through a complete rebuild. Seattle's going through a complete rebuild right now, and we knew the moment that they released Tyler Lockett and the rumors about DK Metcalf being traded to another team, or at least a trade request was out there, and now Geno Smith. It looks like the Seattle Seahawks are willing to have a okay season, right? A season that's probably going to be led by maybe Sam Howell. Is that the only quarterback that they got right now? Is that the only quarterback they got? Let me look at their depth chart real quick. If there's any Seattle Seahawks fans in the chat, let me know. Yeah. Well, actually, no, I apologize. I apologize. They got two quarterbacks on their depth chart. Sam Howell and Jaren Hall. Out of BYU, 26 years old. He was a fifth-round pick in 2023. Jaren Hall and Sam Howell. This is as strip this thing down. We're starting over, as over as it potentially can be. Wow. Seattle Seahawks no longer a threat for the Arizona Cardinals. We got to sweep these boys. We got to sweep these boys this year. We got to sweep them. What does this mean for the Seattle Seahawks? Now, I'm a little worried here. I'm a little worried because my guy Gav in the chat, I'm thinking what my guy Gav is thinking here in the chat, and I'm going to highlight him right now here pretty soon, because if you're not looking at the chat, or if you're watching this on the X/Twitter feed, you're obviously not able to see the YouTube side of it all, but my mind is going to exactly what my guy Gav is saying here in the chat, and that is that, they're probably going with the rookie quarterback in the first round. It almost kind of feels like the first round is going to be a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, right? Now, obviously, I don't think it's going to be Cam Ward unless they trade up, right? I don't think it's going to be Shedeur Sanders unless they trade up. Who are your other options? You're probably going to be living in a world where they might try to go after a Jalen Milroe, maybe in the second round, or The guy that I would want to fall to the third or fourth round, which most likely is not going to happen, and it was not going to happen for 3 or 4 weeks now. Like, I already kind of told myself that Jackson Dart's most likely going to be a second round pick. But with this move happening right now, we're probably going to be living in a world where the Seattle Seahawks are getting the guy that a lot of teams, not just myself, right? A lot of teams want their team to go after, and that's probably Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe, right? Or they don't even go any of these guys, and they're probably going to tank for the 2026 season. Maybe Archie Manning's coming out. I don't know. I don't know, right? But it definitely does feel, and it definitely seems like the Seattle Seahawks, they're waving the white flag. They're waving the white flag already. Now, these should be 2 easy dubs for the Cardinals heading into the 2025 season. I get it. We probably shouldn't be saying that, right? We're not that team, right? We're not. But I don't think they're going to want to win a lot of games. I don't think they're going to want to win a lot of games here in 2025. Massive news coming out here of the world of the NFL. Geno Smith, that swept the Cardinals in 2024, let me remind you, is now going to the Las Vegas Raiders for a third-round pick. Dang, Geno Smith went for a third-round pick, and that was a 2025 third-round pick too. Let me add that. A third-round pick Geno Smith went for. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. I never would have thought a third-round pick was gonna happen. Okay. Well, Tyler Lockett got released, and DK Metcalf is seeking a trade. Y'all, it's cooked, man. It's cooked for the Seattle Seahawks unless they go after a rookie quarterback that freaking pans out, which I hope that's not the case, right? Or do you guys think Sam Darnold's a real possibility? I don't think so. I think Sam Darnold will be a real possibility if they were keeping the guys that they had on this roster. Then I feel like it's a real possibility. I don't know. I'm going to be real here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be absolutely real. I don't think they're going after Sam Darnold. I don't think they're going to. I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks, by the way. I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think they're going after him. Why pay a guy that much and you're losing all this weaponry, right? Tyler Lockett, I get it. He's getting up there in age. Okay, I'll give you that. But DK Metcalf? DK? I don't know. Massive news overall. They could potentially go after a quarterback in the draft, or I don't know. I don't think Sam Darnold's possible. I might be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times. Let's take it to the chat. Chihuahua Productions in the chat says, we better win the division. I agree, buddy. I agree. We better win the division for freaking sure. Now, the 49ers have a very easy schedule this time around. So if the 49ers can stay healthy, that's still a team you can't bypass. Like, I'm going to be real here. The 49ers are still going to be a team that you cannot overlook. You can't. The Rams, they still have Matthew Stafford. This move just tells me that obviously Geno is not going to be the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. And let's be honest, Geno Smith has absolutely had his way with the Cardinals for what seems like years. Right? What seems like years. Geno Smith has had his way with the Arizona Cardinals. Seems like years. We can't seem to beat them. So this helps out us. This helps us out drastically. But I agree with my guy AZ Sports Shut. I'm sorry, no. AZ Sports Hut. I apologize. AZ Sports Hut. He says Dart. Yeah, I agree. I think Dart, Milroe might be a possibility. I don't see them going after a big-time quarterback. And guess what? Now thinking about it, it's not even possible. I don't think it's even possible for them to even go after a guy like Sam Darnold because they don't have money. They don't really have a lot of cap space heading into the 2025 season. I think they're stripping this down. I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're stripping it down. Probably going to take a flyer on somebody they like. Maybe Dart, maybe Milroe, or they're just going to try to build this team and get ready for 2026. Couple different options there. I don't know if we have any Seahawks fans in the chat. I'm super curious to figure out how they feel right now, but this is massive news. One thing I will say is that you got a third-round pick in 2025 back. Congratulations. you got a third-round pick back. So that's cool, right? For what it's worth, that's cool. But yep, Geno Smith, no longer the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, which I'm going to say it again, and I'll say it. I'll always say it. He's had his way with the Arizona Cardinals for years. So I'm okay with him obviously leaving the NFC West. I am 110% okay with him leaving the NFC West. I'm looking at another tweet here from Ian Rappaport. It seems like, per Ian Rappaport, it says the Seahawks and Geno Smith had contract talks but could not make progress. Now he heads to the Raiders. Meanwhile, Seattle's expected to explore. Whoa. Okay, I'm wrong. Okay, how did I not read this part? Okay, let's show you this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's show you this. I was talking out of my bum. But Ian Rappaport retweeted the initial. Where is it? Here we go. The initial tweet here. Check this out. Here we go. Let's put this up there. So Ian Rappaport retweeted his original tweet about obviously the breaking news, and he says that they were having contract negotiations amongst themselves, but they couldn't get anywhere. But Seattle's expected to explore Sam Darnold? What? This felt like they were stripping it down. This felt like they were stripping it down. But pure Ian Rappaport coming out saying that they're actually exploring Sam Darnold. Oof. Seattle doesn't want to go away. They do not want to go away. Wow. So what does this mean? Quarterback in the second round and get themselves a young, talented guy in the first round? Wow. So keep in mind right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time of speculations, right? So, man. So they wanted to, okay, so let me be clear. It's not that I'm worried about Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold had a hell of a year with Kevin O'Connell. He had a hell of a year with Kevin O'Connell. So I will give him credit to where credit is due. He had a hell of a year with Kevin O'Connell. Now, Mike McDonald is going into his second year as a head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, and they're rolling with just Jackson Smith and Jigba. But they also do got a pretty darn good running back in Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet as well. They got a pretty good duo over there. I'm not going to say elite or great, but like they got pretty good running backs over there. Interesting. I thought for sure that they would probably be doing something like maybe going after a QB and just kind of rebuilding. Wow. But yes, it looks like from the looks of it right now, Max Crosby is excited. Max Crosby 30 minutes ago ended up putting a tweet out on Twitter saying, "Let's effing go." So obviously Max Crosby is excited for Geno Smith. I mean, good for Max Crosby, I guess. I mean, they got their quarterback over there, but this just kind of leaves a lot of question marks for the NFC West just in general. But they got a third round pick back. Huh. This is going to be very, very interesting to see how this all shakes out. So right now, their current quarterback state, and it can change. But right now, their current quarterback state, Sam Howell and Jaren Hall. That's their current quarterback state right now. I'm so curious to figure out how Seattle Seahawks fans are taking this right now. I'm so curious to figure out how these Seattle Seahawks fans are taking this right now. A third-round pick. So the Raiders gave up a third-round pick. Yo, that's higher than I thought Geno would go for. I know Geno Smith actually has performed pretty well. Like, I'll give him that. Third-round pick's pretty high though. Like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie here. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. But yeah, the NFC West is still wide open right now. Completely wide open. And hopefully the Cardinals can do something in a couple days to make this defense better than it was in 2024. That's what we need. That's what we need. Nate in the chat says Wilson back to Seattle. That's a maybe. They still own us. True. But Geno Smith was the one who was owning us. Well, at least him making his clutch moves was the one he was owning us. I hope they get Sam Darnold. Okay. I mean, I'm not worried about Sam Darnold per se, but I'm hoping that he doesn't have a year like he had with Kevin O'Connell. That's all I'm hoping for. I hope that Seattle buys into the Kool-Aid of what Sam Darnold is, and I hope that he can't resurface this magic that he had with the Vikings. I'm only hoping, right? That's the only thing I can ask for. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Now, let me tell you guys this. Did you guys hear that Trey Hendrickson? Yes, I made a video about it a little earlier. Did you guys hear that Trey Hendrickson, what the Bagels want for Trey Hendrickson? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if I said it on my last stream, but it looks like the Bengals want a day 2 pick for Trey Hendrickson. So we're talking about a second rounder or a third round pick for Trey Hendrickson, but not just that. The understanding is that the team that he gets traded to, he wants to get a contract extension, which makes sense, right? But he wants to get paid upwards of $30 million a year. So, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, I still want Trey Hendrickson myself. Like, I still like him a lot, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Luis Perez in the chat saying, no, this was said to not be real. This was said to not be real. So let's not even start this anymore. This was said to not be real. But here we go. Trey Hendrickson, come on over, big dog. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the whole thing that we were talking about a little earlier, when we had our earlier stream, we were talking about it, right? With the whole rumors of Kyler Murray that was currently going on. That rumor got absolutely nuts. I ain't gonna lie. That rumor blew up. It blew up. But it was hopefully said to be not real, right? So the Vegas Raiders got their quarterback now. So they're not going to be in Shedeur Sanders. So now the big question mark is what happens now, right? What happens now? Is Titans going to go after a QB and getting Cam Ward? Is Shedeur Sanders going to fall to the Giants like they probably want? I don't know. A lot of question marks. Here we go. Super chat coming our way. BBH, what's up, buddy? Says Seahawks tanking for Archie? You know, this is what I initially thought as well. It depends on what happens, right? So this is what I originally thought as well. So me and you are in the same wavelength, BBH, because I'm like, you release Tyler Lockett, you're willing to trade DK Metcalf, and then you trade away Geno Smith, right? So it makes it seem to me that they're tanking or they are willing to have just an off year where in 2026 you're going to have a much better picks of quarterbacks than you can, right? So that's my initial thought as well, that they were tanking, right? For an Archie Archie Manning. But now that I saw this from Ian Rappaport, here we go. I always point the wrong way. Here we go. Now that I saw this from Ian Rappaport, the top part, it's saying at that second sentence, right? The second sentence, it says, meanwhile, Seattle's expected to explore Sam Darnold amongst others. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it or not. I don't know. Tanking originally was what I thought. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be legit for the Cardinals. We got this. That's what I originally thought. But now that I saw this retweet by Ian Rappaport, was literally 2 minutes after his original tweet, and I just didn't see it. In that second sentence, it says, meanwhile, Seattle's expected to explore Sam Darnold amongst others. I don't know if tanking is going to be in their forte. I don't know. I'm not worried about Sam Darnold, but there's always a realistic possibility, right? That some other quarterback can come in here and take the reins and hopefully not sweep us. But I still think it, man. Obviously, it depends on what the Cardinals do this coming Monday, right? It depends on what the Cardinals do this coming Monday. But if they do what we are all hoping that they do and get these big-time players, we can be in a good position. We really can. We are a defensive line away from being a very good defense. We are, believe it or not. We are. We're a defensive line away from being a very good defense. Now, yes, Kazir White leaving kind of hurts, but you got a couple different options, right? You can either have Zaven Collins go back there, or heck, get Nick Bolton, which I like, or get another middle linebacker, or maybe get somebody in the draft, right? Different options there that you can choose from. So I don't know. I think it's easy. I think it's easy to jump to the conclusion about, them tanking for Archie, because that's where my mind went too. My mind went there as well, that they're going to be tanking. But I don't know, man. Seeing what he said, seeing what Ian Rappaport said, that they're going to be in on Sam Darnold, that definitely opens up eyes, man. Opens up eyes for sure. BBH coming back here saying Russ has returned. This is another possibility too. Yeah, man. Anything's on the table. Anything's on the table right now, man. That's what it feels like. Seattle. One thing I will give Seattle is that they are not scared to make these big moves, right? One thing I will give Seattle is that they were not scared to make these big moves. I'll give them credit, because moving off a guy like Geno Smith, although I don't think anybody's going to sit here and say he's top 10, but he's definitely proved that he can win you games, right? He's definitely proved that he can win you games. So them moving off of Geno because of a contract dispute, that takes a lot of, if you know what I'm trying to say, it takes a lot of cojones. So good for them, man. Good for them. But Russ's return, maybe. I'm honestly just surprised that Geno Smith went for a third. Is anybody else surprised that Geno Smith went for a third round pick? Like, anybody surprised for that? Like, that, I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he went for a third round pick. Like, that's how bad this market is in quarterbacks. Like, that's how bad this market is. That Geno Smith went for a third round pick. I'm shocked. The Seattle Seahawks knew that this market was dumpster fire. They got a third round pick back. That's good. That's good value back. That's crazy. I would say like a fifth or something like that. Obviously, I'm not a GM, so I'm just shocked that they even got a third round pick back. You know what I mean? BBH says, I'm also shocked. I would have traded it. Yeah, agree. Of course, that's just obviously from NFL fans from the outside looking in. So maybe we don't really truly know the values of these quarterbacks. But one thing I will say is that Colin Cowherd said it right. Right? I don't know if you guys remember the video I posted about a month and a half ago when that rumor came out that Colin Cowherd said that the Cardinals are going to be shopping, right? The Cardinals are going to be shopping Kyler, right? Because it's smart. The quarterback market is not good this year. You could potentially get a first round pick. Looking at what Geno Smith went for, you darn tootin' Kyler would go for a first round pick. You're darn tootin' he would go for a first round pick. Now, I don't think he's getting traded. And right now, there's no plan, right? Because like I said a little earlier, Seattle, you got a lot of to do something like this without a contingency plan right there. Because you're rolling in 2025 with Jaren Hall and Sam Howell. That takes a lot of, no, Cardinals wouldn't do that, man. Cardinals wouldn't do that. But yeah, third round pick is nuts to me. That's nuts. Now, is Sam Darnold realistic? That's the question, right? Is Sam Darnold realistic? I mean, anything's on the table right now. Anything's on the table. It seems like Seattle, per Ian Rappaport, the reason why they decided to trade him is that they were not able to come to terms with a contract negotiation. That seems to be the big thing that was going on. They just couldn't come together. They couldn't come to terms. So there's that. Let's take a couple more comments here. My guy in the chat says Kyler's 2 first rounds and Miles. So yeah. So here's the thing, right? I don't think Kyler's going anywhere. We had a couple people come out saying that it would be a shock if Kyler does go anywhere. I still think it's a little odd that Kyler Murray took down the video about the one he just posted. I think it's a little weird that he trimmed it down to that last basketball clip of that video and reposted it. I still think it's weird, but I'm just looking too much into it, right? That's a real possibility. I'm just probably looking way too much into it. But I still think it's a little odd. I think it's a little odd. But for the most part, looks like we're staying pat, and let's build this team out, right? Let's build this team out. Juan, absolutely. Thank you, Juan. Absolutely. We got over 100 of you guys up in this chat. 100. Smack the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If we don't have over 40 likes within the next 2 minutes, I mean, nothing's going to happen, but I would appreciate it if you guys smack the like button. Thank you so very much for being here, by the way. Absolutely do appreciate it. But yeah, smack the like button if you guys can. Subscribe up to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, where you're probably going to get sick of me. We're going to be doing a lot of live streams. We're going to be doing a lot of content within the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe for the full month of March. You never know. I know there's going to be a lot of moving parts here with the Arizona Cardinals from the 2024 season to the 2025 season. And the only thing that we can hope for right now, Cardinal fans, is that we are going to get better on the defensive side of the ball. It's the old new we can really hope for. That's it. Let's keep it with the chat here. We got AZ Sports Hut in the chat saying Cardinals do not need to tank. They can easily trade Kyler Murray for 2 first-rounders and still get him. Archie is worth it. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people want Archie Manning. I know there's a lot of people that want Archie Manning. Even Kyler Murray stands, right? The guys that don't want to say anything about Kyler, right? That Kyler can do no. Even they want Archie. At least there's a few of them that want Archie Manning. I don't want to tank, guys. I really don't. I really do not want to tank. I want to win. It's as cliche as that sounds. I freaking want to win, man. I really do. I don't want to sit in a world where we're bad again. I'm sick of it. So roll it with Kyler. Let's see if we can get the double-digit wins and hopefully a playoff berth. But yeah, this Geno Smith news coming in the world of the NFL is massive for the NFL and obviously for the Seattle Seahawks, because as of right now, they do not have a quarterback heading into the 2025 season that is potentially going to win more than 5 or 6 games for them. I don't know if you trust Sam Howell. I don't know if you trust Jaren Hall. But as of right now, it seems, per Ian Rappaport, that they're going to try to pursue Sam Darnold. If not that, then maybe, just maybe, draft a quarterback in the first round or second round. But let's see what the Seattle Seahawks decide to do. Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. Kevin in the chat says, remember, Geno was a bust for many years. It's system and coaching. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a play for sure. That's definitely a play. I mean, one thing we will say about, and if you're talking about Kyler, one thing we will say about Kyler Murray is that he does have the ability to do things that only people can only dream of, right? That quarterbacks in this league can only dream of, right? So one thing we will say that is that Kyler does got that ability. The problem is that we're just not seeing it consistently, right? If we can figure that out, or if he can figure it out to remain consistent throughout his time in the NFL, I think we could all be in a better state. I really do. As Cardinal fans, as his career, because you also got to remember, his guaranteed salary stops in 2025. Although he signed up until 2027, 2028, his guaranteed salary stops in 2025. So it gives a little bit more incentivized for the Arizona Cardinals to say, okay, prove it, right? Big year for Kyler. Big year for Kyler. We got my guy Lord Slater in the chat saying Manning would turn our franchise into a champion. I believe the Manning pedigree. I mean, I understand it. I'm not mad at it. It's just I don't want to tank, guys. I really don't. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so let me know. Let me know. Right now we got what? About 100 people here on the YouTube side, and that's not even including the X/Twitter side. Let me know what you guys do. Would you tank, or do you want to win? It's only 2 words I want to see from here on out. Tank or win. What do you want to do? I want to win. I want to win. But what say you? I don't want to lose anymore. I don't want to lose anymore. What say you guys? Win or tank? Because to me, it's win all the way. But going back to Kyler Murray's contract, because I see somebody in the chat saying he's to the 2026 season. That's not correct. He's actually paid to the 2028 season. That's when his contract is done with the Cardinals, the 2028 season, but his guaranteed salary stops in 2025. So in 2026, 2027, 2028, he's got no guaranteed salary, but has a massive cap hit in 2026. We're talking about $53 million in 2026 as a cap hit, and then $43 million in 2027, and then a cap hit of $46 million in 2028. So the biggest cap hit is probably going to be in 2026 when he's got no guaranteed salary, which is $53.2 million. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Tank or win? It's win all the way for me, man. It's win all the way for me. But what say you, chat? Hey, win. Okay, we're seeing a lot of wins. We're seeing a lot of wins. All right, love it, love it, love it. Yes, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, Lamar. I posted, we talked about it in our earlier stream as well, that the Cardinals are meeting with the guy that the Seattle Seahawks just released, because he just got released. Roy Robinson Harris just got released by the Seattle Seahawks, and he's now visiting the Cardinals this morning. Now, what's going to come out of that? I don't know, but you're right. I'm right there with you. I never really heard of him either. I don't know. I mean, it worked out for us once, right? So with Collier, I think Collier is a pickup. I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think he's a great piece, but I think he's good, right? Here we go. Pokey Juan. What's up, Pokey Juan? My favorite Cardinal YouTuber. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. I'm a pretty big fan of Pokemon as well. So awesome, man. Appreciate you for being in my chat. Thank you so very much. Absolutely appreciate it. But yeah, I agree. I want to win, man. I want to win. I want to win. Let's see here. Adrian says, if you say tank, you're weird. Well, I mean, it's not so much that it's just, some people, I don't know. It almost kind of feels like there is a portion of Cardinal fans that are okay with tanking because it's just the success has never been there, right? And if the success has never been there for them, growing up, they're okay with just having another mediocre season because to them it's like, oh well, we're trying to build out for the future. But man, I've been having so much bad seasons that I'm just over it, man. I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay, this is awesome. This is awesome. Mike, come on. Man, what's gonna be my evolution? Sheesh, that's a good question there. Mike, come on, evolution. I need an evolution. That's what I need. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm glad that a lot of us are on the same page. It's going to be win from here on out. If Kyler Murray's the QB, which most likely it seems like he's going to be, the only thing that we can do right now as an organization is say, okay, let's do what we can, right? Let's do what we can, build up this roster. The 16th overall pick, I still hope that the Cardinals get a defensive lineman, whether it's the interior or the edge. I'm cool with either or. Heck, I'm even cool with the offensive lineman too. Trenches, as long as it's trenches, I'm cool with it. What else? Yeah, Geno Smith is no longer a member of the Seattle Seahawks. So apparently, per Jordan Schultz, so I'm seeing something here from Jordan Schultz saying that Geno Smith actually requested for a trade on Thursday night from the Seahawks after the two sides were unable to find a common ground on a long-term extension. Pete Carroll, with Tom Brady fully on board, spoke to his old buddy John Schneider about the framework of a trade. And Seattle wanted significant draft capital in return and felt satisfied with the third round in next month's draft. Yeah, I'm actually, it's really wild to me that he even got a third round pick for him. But I mean, he was putting up numbers up, so I guess at the end of the day, I don't blame it. But yeah, third round pick is wild to me. Wild, man, absolutely wild. Okay, let's read a couple more comments here, and then we'll be closing up shop here. I appreciate you guys for being here, and obviously, there's big breaking news going on in the world of the Seattle Seahawks and the NFC West implications. There's a lot currently going on right now. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got my guy 23K5 in the chat says, "I wish AZ Cardinals have the is that the Dodgers? Oh, the Dodgers front office to do free agent." Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we know Michael Bidwell isn't the most richest guy, right? We know that for sure. So, unfortunately, we are not LA market. We don't have the money like LA does. I wish we did too, but Bidwell still owns it. Unfortunately. Let's keep it going here. We've had success with Palmer and Warner before. I think he might be speaking to somebody. We definitely had success with them. Pokey Juan comes back and saying, all I know is we better make the playoffs next year. I agree, brother. I agree. It's playoffs or bust for me. It's playoffs or bust for me. So if you guys are watching my post-game reactions, don't be surprised if I'm upset if the Cardinals aren't doing good. So just FYI, moving forward. There's no excuses at this very moment. We can't sit back and say, oh, it's year 3. This is a 4-year rebuild. Nah, stop that. Stop that. Here we go. We got my guy in the chat, Kramer, saying this is our year. Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Right now, Geno Smith, who's had our number for what seems like years, being the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, is no longer a member of the Seattle Seahawks, with breaking news coming out of the world of the NFL, with every big reporter coming out. Jordan Schultz, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, everybody out there that's now reported that Geno Smith is now heading over to the Las Vegas Raiders for a 2025 third round pick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be closing up shop right here. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button on your way out. Do it for the algorithm. Appreciate you guys for being here. Leave a comment if you're watching this on a playback. Are you surprised that, the Seattle Seahawks got a third round pick back? I sure as heck am. All right, y'all. We will be live this coming Monday, following all the big news going on in the world of, obviously, free agency frenzy starts up this coming Monday. Maybe we get some news for the Cardinals this weekend. We'll have to kind of wait and see how this all shakes out. But let me know in the comments below Let me know in the playback. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in as always. Always a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cardinals.